The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 530 of Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Crossed Keys playing cards from Ellusionist. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So we can see that it is in a matte green finished tuck box with some gold foiling. It says the Crossed Keys playing cards from Peter Turner, and then if you flip it over, it also says the Crossed Keys playing cards. Then you got that Crossed Keys design there in the middle. There. On one side here, you got two keys on either side there. Then you got the snake that wraps around. Then it says, man is not what he is. No, man is not what he thinks he is. He is what he hides. Then the other side has that same design, and it says, the true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. Then on the bottom, you got the barcode. Then you got the Illusionist logo. And then it says created and distributed by Illusionist Playing Card Co. Made in the USA. Then on the back, you got a slight sneak peek of the back design. Not quite, but similar. And more gold foiling. And then it says, 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. And then on the top, it just says that the cross keys playing cards. And then you got Obon Jones and Peter Turner. Then the tuck flap has the cross keys design. Then it says, better a cruel truth than a comfortable delusion. Inner tuck flaps have that little cross keys design. Take the cards out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box, you got this kind of like white, kind of like circly flower pattern that goes throughout the interior of the tuck box. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And as always, we'll start with that backend. So here we have a mirrored backend with the standard white border going around. And for the design here, it is that green and kind of metallic gold colorway with a little bit of white thrown in there. So we got that hexagon kind of shape there in the middle. There, then you got the snakes on either side with those crossed keys. And you got that little circle design with a little skull in it. And then a little keyhole. Then you got the crossed keys little design for a little border going on. And in the corners, you got a little white circle with that triangle with the eye. And it is mirrored, so you flip it over. Same design in both the directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we start with the first Joker. It says the Joker. You got the crossed keys design with a gold hand there. And then you got a second Joker here, which is the Joker. You got a lock there. And then you got the hand, which is open this time. Kind of like almost levitating the lock. Then you got that custom Ace of Spades here. It says Peter Turner and Obon Jones on the sides. That's just the cross keys playing cards. You got the big spade there. Or it's the same design that was in the side of the tuck box there. Then you got the cross keys little logo there that says the Illusionist Playing Card Co. 2021. And then for the rest of the cards here, like the spades, just standard spades, just a smaller pip or suit there in the card there. Now we get to the court cards here. The Jack, Queen, and King of Spades here. They're pretty standard, slightly more minimalistic, and they're in that gold and green colorway with that gold metallic ink. And the diamonds are nothing crazy once again. They just have a little black border going around them, so they're a little bit more highlighted. And then the same thing for the court cards here for the diamonds. That slightly more minimalistic look with the gold and green colorway. And the same thing for the clubs here with that gold and green colorway. And then the clubs are pretty standard. They're just a smaller size suit there. And lastly, the hearts. Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Once again, that custom colorway with the slightly more minimalistic look. And then you got the hearts here. Pretty standard, maybe slightly custom, but like nothing crazy. And then they got the little black border around them. And then the last two cards in the deck, you got a little card that says true there, and the other one says false there. Just the background of the back. But now that I took a look at the cards, they're just made by the United States Playing Company. So they should handle, and will handle, pretty normally and fantastic. So first we'll start with the springs. And they seem to be pretty smooth. They feel great in the hands. It's a nice feeling deck of cards. They're super smooth springs. They got a nice flex to them. Not super stiff and not super loose. So in between. And they fan fantastic. Super smooth. nice even fans. Now jump into a giant fan. Super smooth ferro. And then a shiny giant fan. As always, they'll packet cut pretty normally, and these feel fantastic in hand, so they'll feel fantastic when packet cutting. So overall, like I say, they look pretty nice. Nothing like too crazy with the faces because they're just pretty standard faces. But the core cards have that custom colorway, and then you got that nice golden green back design there. There's lots of gold metallic ink, which is nice. And they handle fantastic. And these actually feel really fantastic in the hands. Like, most decks just feel the same, but like this one feels slightly different, which is nice. Like a nice, almost like softer touch. And they handle super smoothly and fantastic. Yeah. So there's no issues with the cards whatsoever. So I guess, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 530 of your daily deck review. And this has been the Crossed Keys playing cards from Ellusionist. And I'm the Canadian Calculator, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.